right, it's a hot July day, and the AC has been getting weaker and weaker for the last couple of years, but I've finally had it. So it's been a slow degradation in cool air quality, so I'm pretty sure it's just a real slow leaking out of the coolant. So I'm going to charge up the Tahoe with a couple pints of refrigerant, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that today, and then we'll see if this thing starts producing some cool air. So I'm going to go pick up that refrigerant, and we'll get this project started. All right, so I ended up picking up a couple of these refrigerants, R134A with stop leak. So I'm not sure if that actually works, but we're going to give it a shot. So it looks like a little bit of lubricant in there to seal O-rings and gaskets and things like that. So we're going to load these in. I'm going to show you how to do that now. All right, so once we open up the hood, on the left-hand side when you're looking in, this is the port where we are going to load the R134. So you're going to take that cap off, and there's a little clip-on port. And now what you want to do is you want to have a filling line that has a gauge on it. All right, let's use this angle, it's a little better. So this is a pretty simple gauge. You can get some fancy digital versions, but essentially you're going to hook up your can here and puncture it by screwing this in. Then you'll clip this on here, and I'll get it all hooked up, and then we'll show you. And then what you can do is while you're filling it, you can watch this needle go up. And you don't want to get into the red, because a overfilled AC system works just as poorly as an empty AC system. So you really want to have it. I'm going to get high into the green area, but overfilling it actually makes your AC system not work that well, because it is the expansion of R134 that gets it nice and icy cold. So it can't do that if it's overfilled. So let's hook it up and get this thing loaded. All right, we are going to do this with the car running. So I'm going to start the car, and then I am going to get my AC system running, and so I'm just going to turn it to low so that it's blasting, or trying to blast as much cold air as possible. The reason why I'm doing that is you want to fill your car while the gas is circulating. Alright, it's going to be kind of hard to do this with holding a camera, so I'm just going to walk you through it. I'm going to screw this onto this can, and then I will spin this until I'm puncturing. See the little needle in there? You're going to puncture it down into there. Now I'm not going to open this up though until I've got this hooked up to the car. So I'm going to do that real quick. All right, once you have everything hooked up, and I forgot to mention, you want to shake this can up real good before you do it. So now you can see the gauge. I have not punctured the can yet, and it is hooked up to the filling port. And the car is running with the AC on. So now I'm going to rotate this dial, and I'm going to puncture the can. Ooh, that works nice. All right, now I'm going to start backing off, and you can see my gauge. All right, now it's starting to fill up. So while it's filling, I'm going to keep an eye on that gauge. And I'm just going to keep rotating this can, because remember, there's gas, but there's also lubricant and things in this can. So I'm just going to keep letting it fill up while I'm rotating this can around. And what I don't want to have happen is I don't want that to get in the red. Sorry this is so shaky, but you're getting a real play-by-play here while we're doing this. All right. See how it comes down when I tip it right side up? But I want all the lubricant and everything to go in there. Can is getting a little cold in my hand. Not too bad though. And I think we're at a good, I only backed it off a little bit. But I think we're filling at a good rate. So we're about halfway into the green now. But I'm going to see if I can get this whole can in there. torque this line too much. Just keep rotating this thing. Gauge is looking good. I'm going to open this up a little more. Don't want to do it too much though. So we've got our system about halfway. I don't know if that's halfway full, but no concern yet in terms of getting it to the red. Can's getting a little lighter in my hand. And again, the AC system is running. You want it to be running when you're filling up your system. I'm going to loosen it a little more. At some point, the pressure may actually equilibrate between the tank and the can. That might be the most I can get in there. So I'm going to sit here and do this for a little while. Alright, so I've disconnected it. The can kind of feels empty. The system was in the green. And an awesome sign is that you definitely see water dripping, which means we are getting good condensation in that AC system. So that is it. Make sure to put your protective cap back on. And you're good to go. Ooh, that's nice cool air. That feels much better.